I have climbed many things as a cartographer. Mountains that took weeks, towers that swayed in the wind, trees so tall, the clouds sat below their highest branches. But I had never climbed toward a ceiling, toward a door that had no business being there. The library provided what I needed. It always did. The shelves became steps. Not all of them, not obviously. Just certain shelves extended slightly further than the others. An invitation. I am a cartographer. I know an invitation when I see one. I climbed. The library stretched below me as I rose. The circle of books, the ones that had watched me, grew smaller. The candle flames below became stars. I kept climbing. Until my hand touched the ancient wood of the door in the ceiling. It was warm. Like something living on the other side had been pressing against it. Waiting. I pushed it open. And I understood, for the first time, how small I was. The library I had been exploring for what felt like days was a room. One room. In a building. In a city. In a world. In something so vast, I had no word for it. Above the library, there were more libraries. Hundreds of them. Each one different. Each one infinite. Connected by bridges made of light. And staircases made of nothing at all. Just intention. If you believed you could cross them, you could. I stood at the threshold, half in the library I knew, half in something I had no map for. I had never had no map before. It was the most terrifying thing I had ever felt. And the most free. Each library held a different kind of truth. The one to my left was made entirely of music. Not books of music. Music itself, crystallized into shelves. Every song ever felt, but never written. Every melody that existed only in someone's mind. The moment before sleep. And was gone by morning. The one to my right, I could not look at directly. It was made of light too bright to see clearly. But I felt it. Like standing near something that loves you, without needing to know your name. And ahead of me, the largest library of all. No walls. No ceiling. No floor. Just everything. Every story ever lived. Every story yet to be. And in the center, a cartographer's table. With one empty chair. Waiting. I sat down. The table was covered in maps I had never drawn, but recognized immediately. Places I had visited in dreams. Places I had imagined on long journeys when the road was empty and the mind wandered. Places that felt like home, though I had never been to them. And on top of all of them, one blank map. The largest I had ever seen. Edges extending beyond the table. Beyond the room. Beyond everything I could see. At the top of the blank map, one title. Written in that midnight blue ink I had come to recognize. In my own handwriting. Everything that has not yet been explored. I looked at the blank map for a long time. Then I reached for my pen. For the first time since entering the library, I knew exactly where to begin. before I drew the first line, I looked back. Through the door in the ceiling, now below me, I could see the library. The circle of books still floating in their formation. The shelves still stretching impossibly upward. The candles still burning, casting no shadows. I had been so overwhelmed when I was inside it, so convinced it was the largest thing I would ever see. From up here, it was the size of a lantern. I thought about the compass, how it had pointed nowhere, and led me here. I thought about the book with my name, page 301, blank, then not blank. Then a compass arose pointing beyond the page. It had been pointing here all along, to this table, to this blank map, to this moment. The compass had not been pointing nowhere. It had been pointing somewhere. I had no word for yet. I do now. It was pointing home. I put pen to paper. The blank map, except the first line. A road. Not one I had walked. One I was about to. The map began to fill itself. Slowly. One detail at a time. As if it had been waiting for permission to exist. I drew for what felt like hours. Or seconds. Time in this place was an opinion. When I looked up, someone was standing at the edge of the table. Not a book. Not a candle. Not a floating object of any kind. A person. They looked at the map I was drawing. They looked at me and said 4 words I had not expected to hear. In a place like this. 4 words that changed everything. Again. I am a cartographer. I have always believed that the point of a map is to show you where everything is. I was wrong. The point of a map is to show you how much more there is to explore. I had spent my life mapping the world to feel in control of it. But the greatest cartographers, not me, are not the ones who mapped the most. They are the ones who stayed humble enough to keep discovering, who looked at a blank page and felt wonder instead of fear. The person at my table said 4 words. I will tell you what they were. Chapter 4. But I will tell you this. I'd heard those words before. Once. A long time ago. From someone I thought I would never see again.